Here is the news at noon. First, the highlight. Lagos State government restates commitments to combat human trafficking, irregular migrations. Federal government approves 4 trillion naira for development commissions. And on the foreign scene, United States President-elect nominates ally Brooke Rollins as Secretary of Agriculture. And in sports, Dutch driver Max Verstappen wins fourth Formula One title, claiming 4 World Championship title. Now the news in details. I am Timmy Dayo. Anthony. The Lagos State government has reiterated its commitment to combating irregular migration and human trafficking. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Balaji Dada, made this known while speaking at a sensitization program held recently at Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, for returnees and victims of human trafficking and migration. Dada highlighted the devastating effects of irregular migration and human trafficking, particularly on the vulnerable groups such as women and children. She emphasized the need for collective action, awareness, and the provision of opportunities to migrants to mitigate these challenges, and also stating that many individuals are deceived by false promises of better opportunities abroad, only to find themselves in exploitative situation. Dada stated that the organization is committed to raising awareness, strengthening policies, and collaborating with stakeholders to create economic opportunities for the people, stressing the need to educate others on the dangers of irregular migration and human trafficking while advocating for women's rights and empowerment. The Lagos State government has issued a clarion call to media practitioners, urging them to provide more comprehensive coverage of its activities. The call was made at the breakfast chat with the media organized by the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement. The Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Amzat, said the state is turning out policies, programs and initiatives that will be beneficial to the residents of Lagos State, and thus there is need for increased media attention about what programs which is intended to shape the positive discourse among Lagosians. Amzat lamented that discussion often deviated from critical matters, emphasizing the need to focus on developmental issues to move the state forward. Revealing the ongoing infrastructure efforts, Amzat said Lagos currently has 198 ongoing road projects on the way that span all local government areas, including major roads that are considered across the road to critical economic hubs. The deputy governor noted that the cost of constructing the roads has significantly increased due to the ongoing economic challenges in the country. The Lagos State Ministry of Justice, in collaboration with the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption (ROLAC), has organized a stakeholders meeting themed "The Promise of Restorative Justice in a Polarizing World" in commemoration of the year 2024 Restorative Justice Week. Delivering his paper, Lagos Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro, noted that restorative justice is not just a process, but a mindset and commitment to listen and learn from each other, address systemic injustice, and create a culture of compassion and forgiveness. Pedro was represented by Senior Special Assistant Aaron Adebayo, stated that the restorative justice is more than a mechanism for resolving disputes, but a philosophy that prioritizes healing, reconciliation, and the restoration of dignity to individuals and communities affected by crime and conflict. The Attorney General stressed the collaboration among government agencies, the judiciary, the civil society, and community leaders is key to amplifying the impact of restorative justice. He urged participants to bridge gaps, raise awareness, and ensure swift, transformative justice, emphasizing a vision of Lagos where justice restore hope and foster understanding. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has approved the sum of 4.26 trillion naira as statutory transfers to newly established development commissions for various regions in the country. The development commissions are Southeast Development Commission, Southwest Development Commission, Northwest Development Commission, and the Northeast Development Commission was not included. An analysis of the newly released 2024-2025 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper revealed that the plan was designed to foster growth and infrastructure development across various regions of the country and ensure that each region receives customized support to address its specific developmental needs and priorities. It also stated that government-owned enterprises would get 2.73 trillion naira and grants, donor-funded projects of 711.11 billion naira. But this commission is to provide a foundation for the newly created Ministry of Regional Development by President Bola Tinubu. At least 6 employees of the Ministry of Health in Ebonyi State have been arrested for allegedly stealing government property. The suspects were reportedly apprehended on Saturday night at the ministry's premises while attempting to move the items to point of sale. Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Monday Uzo, noted that the Governor has ordered the arrest and prosecution of Ndukwe Ayase and 5 others for allegedly diverting materials meant for the State Ministry of Health. It said hospitals in rural areas are in need of registers, data entry forms, and hospital cards. Sadly, the ones provided by the government are being sold by these thieves and appear sabotage to the efforts in the health sector. It should not be tolerated. And out of foreign news, United States President-elect Donald Trump has nominated longtime ally Brooke Rollins for Secretary of Agriculture, completing his cabinet roster. He made the announcement on Saturday late afternoon, tapping the head of MAGA-backed think tank, the American First Policy Institute, for the job. Trump said as our next Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke will spearhead the efforts to protect American farmers who are truly the backbone of the country. The nomination marks the end of a whirlwind and sometimes dramatic spree of nominations to lead executive agencies. And now to sports. Dutch driver Max Verstappen has celebrated his 4th consecutive Formula One world title after Las Vegas Formula One Grand Prix in Las Vegas, Nevada. With 2 rounds to spare the 2024 championship, the Dutch driver did enough to beat Norris for the world title as George Russell won the race under the lights on Saturday. The 27-year-old came home in 5th place and became just the 6th man after Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, and Juan Moore. Of course, Sebastian Vettel all claimed the 4 championship. But just before we go, your vehicles is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables out of sight of miscreants. You can follow us on like all of our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch the news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration over 1,000 indigent residents benefited from the state's mega empowerment program, starter packs, which include grinding machines, barbing tools, air dryers, sewing machines, and Android phones. You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has reiterated its commitments to combating irregular migration and human trafficking. The federal government has approved a sum of 4.26 trillion naira as statutory transfers to newly established development commissions for various regions in the country. We also told you that United States President-elect Trump has nominated long-term ally Brooke Rollins for Secretary of Agriculture, completing his cabinet roster. And in sports, Dutch driver Max Verstappen has celebrated his 4th consecutive Formula One world title after the Las Vegas Formula One Grand Prix in Las Vegas, Nevada. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Mochid Ololade. I am Timi Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.